Hi everyone, it's Nancy McNally, and today we're going to be working on week 2 of the fall Quilt-Along. And that block is the Log Cabin Pinwheel Quilt Block. Now you're going to have to make 4 of these blocks, so let's get started. If you look at your pattern, you'll notice that there's a pinwheel in the bottom right corner of the quilt block, and then it's surrounded by logs, and that's what these are over here. And here's the pinwheel. You're going to take your K triangles. So notice how I have them laid out. These are the K's, this is the coral and your background 2, and these are your E triangles. So let's focus on our K's first. Again, notice how I have them laid out. I'm going to separate this. This is exactly how I want to sew them. Now remember, you got to make 4 of these for the pinwheels. So what we're going to do, really quick and easy, is we're going to go right sides together. And you're going to sew on this side right here. Now if it helps you, then put a pin or a clip in the side that you're going to sew. Don't fiddle with it a whole lot. Just make sure that you mark or you remember where you're sewing. So let me get mine sewn, and then I'll be back in just a moment and we'll do the next step. Once you finish joining your K triangles, you want to press that seam open. And now we're going to join the K triangle, which makes one large triangle, to the E triangle from your background fabric. So it's very easy. Now I made these slightly larger to give you a little bit of wiggle room, but not a whole lot. So you're going to take, and if you need to trim these off, go ahead and do that. It'll help you with aligning. There we go. All right, so now we have this nice point. You're going to go right sides together, and you're going to align the bottom down here, align these 2 edges together, that long bias edge, and Bruce might jump up on the table in just a moment. He's thinking he's going to. I can see him. And these 2, they don't quite line up. There's some wiggle room in here, and that's where you're going to be trimming from, is the E triangle. All right, Bruce is on the table. I don't know if you can see him. So here's what it looks like. Now, we have the excess over here. Come on, Bruce. Say hi to everybody. I know, baby, you're scared. Go ahead. Go. Thank you. Stretch in front of the camera. Okay, thank you. Go sit in your seat, please. Or go get in your bed. Go on. Go get in your bed. All right. Sorry. So we have the excess over here and over here. So you're going to take this, and you are going to press that seam allowance open. Now for your next step, you're going to trim it to size according to what's listed in the pattern. You have to trim every one of these to size. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Let me move these out of the way. I use a Creative Grid 6.5-inch square ruler when I'm trimming anything to size, because I find them the easiest for my hands to use. Let me move these. Okay. So you're going to take the diagonal line from the ruler and place it on this diagonal line right here, because, and notice how I have this positioned. This is coming towards me, and this is away from me. So I'm going to place it right there. I'm going to pull it down as far as I can to the bottom, because I don't want to trim any of the K triangles together. I mean, I don't want to trim anything off from there. I only want to trim from the E triangle. So there's some excess over here. I can't see over here because I'm sitting down, but from here it looks good. So I'm going to take and trim this. There we go. There. And then if you still have the little ears left, just grab your scissors or use your rotary cutter and trim those off. You don't need these in your pattern or in your quilt. And that's how you trim these units. So you have to sew precise here because these are true to size. This one is oversized. That's your E. Now, if you still kind of mess up just a little bit, if you have to trim from this side, make sure you get that diagonal line still lined up on the ruler, and make sure that it lands in the corner of the ruler so that you're not misaligning it. Okay, I'm going to finish making 3 more of these, and then we'll pull the pinwheel block together. Pay attention to how I have these laid out. Your background, your main background, goes on the outside in the corners. See how the pinwheel forms? Make sure you look at the pattern and double check the layout before you join them, because it's very easily to get it flipped around and it doesn't look right. So your next step is just to go right sides together, join these 2 for the top, these 2 for the bottom, and then join together to make 1 pinwheel, and then we'll start joining our logs. All right, for our next step, it's just going to be joining our rectangle sections for our log cabin. It's kind of like a modern log cabin. So you're going to do a background to a color all the way through. Now, follow along in the pattern. I'm going to get these sewn, and then we'll meet back here and we'll join them to our pinwheel. So as you can see, I have it all laid out. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start with our pinwheel in the bottom right-hand corner of our quote-unquote log cabin block. Then you're going to join your D and C with the yellow, and then these are the 2 Ds. So you're going to join from left and then press, and then go to the top and press. Left, press, and then top and press. You're going to work your way all the way out to the blues. Now the blues are the only ones, the only rectangle strips that do not have the background attached to it at all. I'll meet you back here in a moment. And there you go. There's our first log cabin pinwheel block. I just think these are so cool. All right, thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you are finding these tutorials very helpful for our fall quilt-along of 2025. The name of the pattern, if you haven't caught that, is Goodrich Village Farmers Market. It's named after the town I live in. And again, I hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to download your PDF pattern. And in order to do that, the link is in the description box below, but it is nancymcnallyquilts.com/fall quilt-along 2025. You'll see it at the top banner of my website. Thank you again for joining me. And if you like my video tutorials, please subscribe and share with your friends. All right, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next Monday for week 3 of the Fall Quilt-Along 2025.